It is such an exciting time to be a Democrat in Wisconsin. And it has been a hard time to be a Democrat in Wisconsin for a really long time. But there is new energy because we see a very legitimate path to the majority this year in the Assembly. Think about that, y'all. I mean, we know that joint finance controls so many things. And if we can flip the Assembly this year, joint finance is 50-50 then. And it is going to be amazing because, I think as Jill was talking about her area and all that they've had to deal with PFAS in that area, and around our state, we're dealing with that too. We've allocated $125 million to fight PFAS, but the Republicans are refusing to send it out. In my area, we know that we've had some hospitals close. There's $15 million sitting there. It's been there for, I think, 44 days now, and the Republicans are refusing to send it out. People are literally going to die because Republicans aren't doing their jobs, and we're going to hold them accountable in November. And, lately we have been saying the path to the majority runs for the Chippewa Valley because for years we've talked about having a carpool come down from the Chippewa Valley to Madison, but it's really going to happen this time. We're going to flip the 92nd, we're going to flip the 93rd, there's other seats that we're going to flip. But as I was just kind of scanning through the map, there's legitimately 5 assembly seats that we're going to flip in the 3rd CD. And a lot others that are going to get close. And so my goal, and Tammy's goal, and Jill's goal, and all of us, we want to have every one of these 99 seats have somebody on the ballot because these districts have changed a lot. 60% of my district is new. And apparently I scared Karen Hurdoff because we were drawn together and she was like, yeah, I don't know about that. So she moved to Withee. So exactly. Bye-bye, Karen. But they are getting to know their new districts as well. And so if we have a candidate in every one of those districts, that keeps them in their district, knocking on their doors, getting to know their people, and they can't gang up on one of us. That's how we flip the Assembly. So I want to thank everybody that has stepped up, whether you're in a moving to blue district, a solid blue district that's new, or especially those people who are in those red districts and are stepping up and saying, you have to show up in order to win this district because you can't just walk in. And so those people who especially are running in those solid red districts, you're my hero. And also, let's have a little bit of fun making them work for this too. Let's hold them accountable for the crappy votes that they've taken, the lack of representation that they've done, because they do not represent our values. They don't even represent Wisconsin values half the time. They represent what Robin Voss wants them to represent. And he doesn't represent any of us in this room, does he? So that's also been a little fun thing Jill, is he on his 2nd possible recall of the year? I can't even keep track of it now. 3rd, 2nd, I don't know. But it's been kind of fun because apparently the Republicans are saying that Robin Voss isn't conservative enough. So that's their vision for Wisconsin, which is really, really scary. But we are excited. We're going to have a lot of new faces in the Assembly this year. We've had a lot of retirees or people who are moving on to other offices. And so this fall, we started and we set up an agenda of what we wanted, our vision for Wisconsin. And it was education. We put out a great workers' rights package. We put out a great higher education package, environmental things. We laid out our path of the bills that we're going to do and what we're going to be working for. And it was a really busy fall as we were getting that out there. But our vision for Wisconsin is something I think you all can be proud of. And so please, do your parts in your areas of the 3rd CD, whether it's running for office, supporting somebody who's running for office, continue to aggravate the Republicans, that's always fun, and send them messages about why they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But when we all work together, that's how we're going to flip enough seats to get the assembly to majority. And then 2 years from now, we're gonna take the state senate, because that's a longer path because of their time frame. But the vision is there, and it started with electing Justice Janet and flipping those maps. And we all did that because of you. So while I'm going to miss some of my colleagues that are moving on to bigger and better things, we're really excited about the fresh faces that we're gonna be getting in. New, exciting, youthful people, people who represent faces that haven't been represented in Wisconsin before. We've got a Hmong person running for Wausau. There's talk of maybe 1 or 2 Native American people running, and they haven't necessarily launched exactly. I talked yesterday to a Somali immigrant who is possibly going to be running. We want our party and our chamber to be reflective of the faces that are in Wisconsin, and we're really close to it. So I want to thank you all for your support, but it's going to be a long path to November, and we need every single one of you doing everything we can. So thank you so much.